Pimp my rides with the Flarespace van. Check this out. This is the Flarespace extended flare on the driver's side with the Arctic turn, 30-degree double pane acrylic window. It's a fantastic window. Comes with a really great cover that we make for it, specific for this window. The Flarespace van also has a super tricked out paint job, which y'all might like, that has the paint below the rail before the flare into the rail. My dog is chasing the car around and I'm a little bit distracted. So check this out. We also put the same RHINO liner. This is the Rust-Oleum bed liner on the rocker panels. These bottom rocker panels to match the look on the flare. We've got the AGILE 4-inch lift kit. This is called the RIP kit. And we're super stoked with that. And then put the RHINO wheels on here. And check this out, man. As soon as you get those dorky Mercedes-Benz 144 little lifesavers off your rims that you're riding on, and put these great big bad RHINO wheels on and jack it up with an AGILE lift system, it's gonna look like a real van. And so you gotta put flares on it to make it look equally super awesome. Now check this out. As you walk around the front, we put in a brand new stereo system into the Flarespace van. We'll show you more when we get inside. But this is Chief GUGGA Bear, and he drives for us. He's the official driver of the van. He's not available with rentals, but he is available with any other sort of long-term commitment. Stay there, GUGGA Bear. Come around to the front. We'll show you what we got set up on this thing. Now, if you're ever in traffic and someone won't let you over, all you got to do is turn on the BAJA Design Super floodlights. These things are crazy bright. And we absolutely love them for nighttime driving when there's no other cars on the road, because these are like turning the sun on in the middle of the night. They're super fantastic. They light everything up. We put this SMITTYBILT gigantic winch on here. It's actually called a winch, not a winch. That's like the lady that serves beer in Germany in the 1300s. But this super thing is connected here to these hoops, and we've used this a bunch on this van. Pull people out of the mud in Baja, pull people out of the snow in Colorado, and all kinds of good things. So that thing is super useful and is worth its weight. You can tell we've also used the RHINO liner on the fenders up here. These are the what are these things called? From TERRAWAGEN, man. These are the trim pieces around the wheel well and also on the front. Just gives your vehicle a little better look and also some protection from stone chips and the like. Now, on the outside, while we're still cruising around here, I want to show you, this is the regular depth flare on the passenger side. And the reason we call it the regular depth flare is so that the slider door fits right over it with no interference. So you get a regular depth flare on the passenger side, you get an extended depth flare on the driver's side, and we did these flares in the Rust-Oleum bed liner treatment. This was actually done by, it's an upgraded version of that, done by our good friends at Cave Vans in Castle Rock, Colorado. Okay, so coming around the back, you can see that we have all the OWL gear that we could load up on the back. One of my favorite features is the OWL gear box and their shovel. This box is a great size to put all the stuff that you don't really want to carry in your van, including all your extra Flarespace hats. So if you see us on the road, just stop us. We always got all kinds of gear with extra hats and stickers and whatever else you want. We're more than happy to hand them out. But we put like our shore power cords in here, DEF for the diesel system, windshield wiper fluid. I got all kinds of stuff in there. We put extra tools and whatever, but that's a great place to do it because you don't necessarily want to store all that stuff inside your van. This is the OWL bike rack system. You put the rack across the top here and then you're able to put your bikes outside, which I think is a pretty cool feature, man, if you're doing day trip kind of stuff, or you're on a really long trip and you don't want to take the space out of the inside of your van. It's nice to be able to put it on the outside, but just make sure that you're going places where people aren't going to steal your bikes off the back of your van. This is also the OWL van extra tire carrier with our extra black RHINO wheel on here for all of our getting down. The other thing that we're really super stoked about, you can see these Picabo fans. These are the vents for the vans that are above the flat flares. And these, my friends, these are actually the Flarespace flat flares with the integrated operable windows so that you can have ventilation in the back of your van brand new to the market this year, and we're super stoked about it. These are the Flarespace flat flares, available at flarespace.com. Okay, check this out, man. We're gonna go into the back of the van, but since some of it is hard to see from the inside of the van, we're just gonna open these doors up to give you a better view. And you might notice this van looks a little bit dirty. In the van world, we call this a clean van because we don't take this thing to the mall and the grocery store. We're usually out having fun in it. And if it doesn't have dirt on it, then like, what's the point of your dumb van? So this is a stereo system that we included as a significant upgrade with the subwoofer that you'll see up front, and connects to your Bluetooth system so that you can crank tunes. Now listen, when you're back from your ski trip and you're done at the end of the day, or you're changing out of your gear, whatever's happening, you leave the doors open, you crank up the tunes. The volume control is under the dash for these speakers, and you can turn it down if people are sleeping back here and the doors are shut, or when you're out here getting ready for dinner and having a few cocktails, you can crank up some tunes, have yourself a good old time. Now, you may also notice this super Pimp My Rides floor. And I ain't just joking about this floor. Look how awesome it is. It's got the Flarespace orange. It includes dog hair and all sorts of things, including this TRAC system that allows you to lock stuff down. Now we use this toward the front of the van to put 2 additional seats in case you're renting this van and you want to use it with 4 seats. You can use the 2 additional captain seats that we lock down in the front. They both have seat belts and they're pull tested. So you've got a great way to get 4 people around. And this is the smart floor system from RRE Global. It's a really, really great system and we're stoked about it. It really fits in here great and provides this additional L-track. Now these containers here contain the water system is here. You can access the water system through the spouts here. You can turn on the pump through the system there, and you can fill the tank through its import valve right there. On this side of the van, we've got all of the power, and the main controller for it is the big red switch right up there. This was done for us at Van Life Solutions Van Life Customs out of Denver, Colorado. This is also the Flarespace bed system, and we have just been testing for the last 3 months this new super flyweight anti-gravity bed system, really lightweight and super thin. And so this maximizes the space in your garage to have a really, really thin bed paneling system. And you can see we've got the front panel folded up over the back panel. And then when we're traveling, we always bungee strap the thing down with the mattress folded over in half. Our mattress is a 5-inch thick memory foam soy-based mattress wrapped in this organic cotton cover, and it zips off. So when it gets dirty, you can just unzip it, put it in the wash, and put it right back on. It actually does come off and on easily, as opposed to those other science projects you've seen out there. So this is the back of the van, and now we're gonna walk around to the side. I'm gonna show you what's going on from the main portion of the van. This is a sign we borrowed in Mexico, and we're gonna be returning it on the next trip. But it's in the van right now. I'm gonna park it over here. It won't be going with you. So these are the MATTRESS systems that hold the seats, and in subsequent videos you'll be able to see those seats. But if you need 2 additional seats with seat belts, this is what you want to, this is where you want to put them. Now these are the cabinet system. Sometimes, like all cabinet systems, things tend to rattle, and so sometimes we end up putting a sponge or a little bit of paper towel in here if it's rattling during the drive. But it's full of tools, stickers, patches, and whatever else you might need for your trip, including this super awesome system from our friends at BRUTREK, which is a French press. You put your coffee grounds in here, hot water in the top, and then use this device to press your coffee. And this is included in the van when you rent it, and a great way to have coffee in the morning. This also has a nice Dometic fridge in it. Pull the latch, open the side, and you can keep all of your tasty beverages nice and cold. This is butcher block countertop. Sometimes my dogs like to sleep up here. That's totally fine for you too. It's got a few dog nail scratches in here, and that's just the way we get it done. The other thing I want to point out here is the cabinet system. For all the stuff that you want to stash away, or that we have stashed away for you if you're renting the van, we make sure it includes lots of paper towels and shop towels, some gloves in case you need to get dirty underneath the vehicle for some reason, and all these available for your storage needs. On the inside, you can see these are the trim rings in the Flarespace system. These are what we call the trim rings. This gives you that nice windowsill all the way around the flares. And in this particular flare, as you saw from the outside, this is the Arctic Turn awning window. Beautiful 30-degree awning, and includes this cover that has the functionality to be able to roll these up separately so that you can have the screen, or you can have the privacy blind, or you can certainly have both. This is the mattress folded in half on top of our super flyweight anti-gravity bed panels. And lights inside the trim ring that you can turn on for reading at night. Just touch on and off. These are USB ports, and they're on both sides of the trim ring, only on this passenger side, but for the USB port, so you can plug in your phone and get a good charge while you're sleeping at night. This is the main brains of the operation. This is a battery monitoring system that you can always just push the button and see the status of the battery. If you want to turn lights on and off, you can just touch these switches here. Obviously has 110 power, 12 volt power. And this is the controller for the ESBAR heater. And the ESBAR heater, it runs off the diesel fuel straight out of the diesel tank. The ESBAR heater sits under the passenger seat, and then you can see that there's a vent down here. This is a programmable heater, and it vents from there, and the whole heating unit is under the seat here. It's controllable from this feature right here. It's super easy to use, it's programmable, so if you're planning to be back from skiing at 3 o'clock and you want to make sure the van is warm, you can program this thing to come on at 2:30 and crank heat out for, for however much time, whatever temperature, whatever duration, at whatever time. So anyway, really great setup for you to be able to use. And we're super stoked about having that in the van. It's been super useful. The only other thing I want to point out is this is the 2020 Mercedes-Benz model. We've got a whole bunch of stuff kind of crammed in there. We'll clean that up before your rental. But it's got a really nice display for Mercedes-Benz. It gives you access to all the control functions of the van and any kind of configuration stuff you feel like you might need to get done in terms of how you like to see the dashboard set up. But other than that, man, that's the Flarespace van. Oh, did I show you our JL Audio super awesome subwoofer? You also have access to 110 volt power there. That's the pump for the sink, and 12 volt power adapter right there. So that's the scoop, man. Enjoy the van. It's a really great feature. And maybe I forgot to point out one other little thing. What is this big hole in the roof, Keith? Well, this happens to be a pop top camper available through RRE Global. And you're like, man, that seems like it'd be impossible to get that thing up and out of the way. That's what it takes to put the pop top up. We're going to take you outside and let you have a look. But if you come around this way and you actually stick the camera up in there, you might be able to see there's quite a bit of space. It's almost a queen size mattress in there. And it might be too dark to actually check it out, but there's a really comfortable mattress up there. We just came back from a trip. Check that out. You can almost see that. That's a pretty good setup. But we just came back from a trip, and in order to get in and out of there, you just take the ladder that's right here, and you clip these two pieces together. It's super simple. And then you just put it in the hatch. So there's no getting outside to have to get into the pop top camper. Once you're up in the camper, if you turn the heater on down here, you're gonna be about 10 degrees cooler up top. And so really, really super comfortable. Even in the winter, might even use an electric blanket. But check it out from the outside, man. You get a lot of space. And that's what allows you to travel 4 people comfortably in this van, because you can put 2 people in the pop top, and you can put 2 people in the queen size bed. That's Flarespace, full 60 by 80 inch bed. And you can easily get in and out of it through the access right inside the van. So you never have to get in and out of the van to get up into the pop top. And then if you have 2 seats here with the seat belts that we'll provide for your rental, then you've got an easy way to safely travel for and sleep for. And it's a really, really great setup. Listen, I just got back from Big Sky, Montana. We took this van, my wife and I with our 2 kids, totally had a great time getting there and back, and camped out one night on each way there and back, and I'd say it was a total success. So check it out, man. That's a Flarespace van. You can sleep sideways, you can sleep normal on the roof, you can do whatever you want, man, because that's a Flarespace van. Have fun, and make sure you use all the features.